to show how I do one of my girls. I've had a request from a dear friend. I'm going to scoot this table so it might jiggle. I'm sitting on the couch. I like this a lot better than in my craft room because I have my music, which I can't play right now. But this is the girl that I drew. This is the image that I want to copy. This is on Pinterest, and I would have to look later to find out who the original artist is, but she is a fan of Henry Matisse, if I'm pronouncing that right. Hers is done in acrylics, but I want to try to do it in watercolor, just because I don't feel like messing with acrylics right now. Someday I will. Get back to it because I got enough of them. Oh my goodness, I just keep getting so much stuff on her. So I have, drawn her out the best that I could. And it's kind of funny or fun, either way, trying to copy an image that's done in acrylic and try to recreate the brush strokes with watercolor. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but at least I can get, the colors down that I like, because that's basically what draws me to an image. And I also do, the details, maybe with Posca pens, because this is on hers. It's got, little drawings and stuff. Looks a little bit like multimedia or mixed media. And I do also like to do touch-ups with colored pencils. So I just have, some paints. I do like this because it does keep them nice. Not totally dry because, they're going to dry out, but also has a little mixing plate here that does come out. And we're going to get started. Now, when I look at the picture, I'm trying to break it down. I'm trying to find what the first layers should be and how I can make it look that way. And I normally do the face first because I know if I mess that up, then there's no point in doing the background. With this kind of face is really hard hard to mess up because there's so many different shades and colors. So I'm going to try that, and I think I'm going to go, and here's the image again. Whoops, sorry. I think I'll start with, some of the lighter tones, and then start throwing in the darker tones. So we'll see how that goes. And I finally learned to make a sort of flesh color. Now I have this water brush, just for when I mess up out of the lines. Got water in you? Okay, there we go. And it's got a nice little scrubby brush, the bristles, so that I can use it quickly to correct my boo-boos. Now I did use a kneaded eraser to try to lighten these a bit, but with as many layers as I'm going to put on it, they normally get hidden, especially since a lot of the images I like are outlined in black, so it'll get hidden. So let's start. A lot of times I'm making the mistake of not using the right size brush. I want to go for, a smaller brush, get more details. But when you're laying down washes, you really want to get a bigger brush, covers more area, and I had to learn not to try to complete the picture in one layer. So I know I can't make it as dark as the original picture is. I'm just over here looking through some of my brushes. I got something smaller. I think this one is a squirrel hair. I know I've got squirrel hair, camel hair, synthetic. I think these ones might be camel, but they hold water differently. And this one's just a little big. Let's see, what do I have that's smaller? No, gotta look for the silver. No, I don't have silvers in this one. Okay, so I must not have assortment sizes of this. just these two. So will that cover it? Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. And again, I grabbed the wrong brush. So I'm going to, and this is all a learning curve too, how much water to how much ink, not ink, but pigment and watercolor. So I know a red and yellow. I'll wake them up. I'm learning all these terms from other videos I'll watch. Gotta wake it up. So more yellow than red. Otherwise red gets you darker. So let's get some more yellow in here. So I'm looking for the skin color here. It's still kind of dark. And the more water is going to thin it out and be lighter. So I'm trying to add a lot of water. And I've got a little, well, this one's getting kind of filled, but I test out my color. That looks kind of yellow, don't it? Maybe I'm going to throw in a little blue. Okay. I think I can use that as the base coat. And I'll load up my brush some. And it's okay if I go outside of the areas that the original painting has, because the second layers of color are going to cover it. So I'm just going to move it around. I always go over the eyeballs by accident. Bring in some more water. That's not exactly a tan color that I like. But like I said, we're going to add different layers to it. Maybe get a more peachy tone in there. You could even go over the lips. That really doesn't matter. I am just trying to get, that first layer in. And smooth it out as much as I can. So this style is very, carefree. I'm not trying to be specific. Normally I would, every little inch. Oh my God, that's not like the original picture. Get off of there. Whatever you are, go. But I've learned don't do that. Just, let it go. So, what else can we do? Because I do try to let things dry in between. Let's see, let's get her ear. Well, let's get her other ear. Let's get more over here. I gotta remember that this is supposed to be black. So black would normally cover it, but I'm trying to stay in the lines. That's very hard for me. My brush just wants to go crazy. So if it's too dark, I went ahead and rinsed the brush, dabbed it off, and just kind of play with it. Rinse the brush, dab it off. There we go. The more shades that you have really add to it. It doesn't get all flat. That's one of the things that I've learned also through playing is add more than one layer, more than one shade of the same color, and it helps give it depth, I guess. I'm at a loss for words. Let's get some pink going over here. Now I'm not good at remembering anything, so these colors, that's like a cad red maybe. I know this one is permanent rose. So let's see what this looks like. I was afraid, of putting that on, put them in here, and trying to follow someone's tutorial because I won't know what colors I used. But since I just play around, it just doesn't matter, you know? Maybe pink. And you just throw in it. Try to remember to leave the whites of the eyes. And I'm just having fun, you know, loose, I guess you would call it, because there's going to be so many layers. But it's just all the different layers add up, and just like with junk journaling and everything else, you know, things get covered up, and you're like, well, why did you do that in the first place? But some of it still peeks through, and some of it still gives it depth to where it wouldn't have been there before. That probably didn't even make sense. Angel, what are you trying to say? Okay. I got 2 paper towels just ready. I never know what side I want to do. Let's see, we can use some of this color. I don't really know what color it is, but it's a dark shade, so it's kind of a dark shade on the picture, and throw it around some. Maybe do a little here with some. And there's some like under her eye, a darker shade. And I've learned I don't have to use the same colors that they use. Took me a long time to learn that. So purple, I'm trying to remember. Purple is, let's see, the red and the blue. It's like no joke, I have serious memory problems. So is that a pretty purple? And I have no idea what colors to use to make it a different color, but we're just going to throw some up here. If I don't like it, you know, it'll get covered later. Let's try that red. Ooh, I don't know what the color that is. That's a mess, isn't it? So that's a delete. So let's try the permanent rose. I guess the permanent rose is a prettier. And maybe ultramarine this time. That's a pretty-ish. Come here. And we can have some over here. I'm trying to also do like the painterly strokes that you would have, I guess, with acrylics. If you use a flat brush. And let's do some light blue. How light can I get this? I don't quite have the shades that, you know, she's using, so let's see. Let's just get some up here. Take some of that water off. Don't get the eyeball. Get some more water off. Just get some in the ear. Just coming around, different colors. So we're just doing one color here at a time. And I don't care if it has the hard edges yet, you know, those can be fixed later. One of the things with the watercolors that I had to learn was you have to let it dry. You never know what color is going to be until it dries. And then you can make things darker if you want. So, but she does have some blue going up there. The blue here, I guess, represents the shade of the face on this side. So I'll make sure I get some blue. And she's got a little, no, we don't have to do that yet. While that is drying, I guess we can go ahead and do the black. And these all look the same. I want to say this one's the black. So her dress is black. I gotta keep it away from the other wet areas. I hope you can see. I really can't move this any because I'll knock the tablet off, and I need the tablet to guide me to get an idea of where the colors are. I'm going to go up here. Come down. More over here. I used to try to get the darkness all at once. I learned you just can't, you know, just get your wash down and do the layers. There is Jane Davenport's black. Covers really well on the first layer. I was surprised. And I think all of these are Winsor & Newton that I have in this little tray. I don't think I have a preference yet. I'm not skilled enough. Each one just has a learning curve, just like the papers you use. You know, you play around and see how they work. See the difference, how light that got. Now the hair, it's got like mixtures of, I really use a big brush for this one. Got mixtures of different colors, but I'm going to lay down the black first. I know I can go over the black with Posca markers or colored pencils. So I'm just going to lay the black down first, which I think is opposite. It's supposed to work with the light colors first. But we're here to break rules, right? Especially since we can't remember them. So the main thing is just we're having fun. Let's see. A little bit of water. I'm not dunking my brush in all the way. I'm just getting the tip wet. That's one of the things I still practice with. How much water to how much watercolor to get the effect that I want. And since the effect that I want is to be opaque, whereas watercolors are usually translucent or transparent, that's the same thing, right? Then I have to reduce the amount of water I use. Or I can just use acrylics like I'm supposed to. Well, where's the fun in that? There's no challenge. I don't know why I'm trying to do these in watercolor. Some of them were originally done in watercolor. The fancy hat ladies that I've done. Now she's got a, I don't want this really big brush to do that. She's got like a strand of hair. Is this thin enough? I feel like that's going to be too thin, but let's see. I haven't used that yet. Put that back over here. I don't know why I even separate them into jars because I always mix it back up. I just throw them in whatever jar fits. My one cup was getting way too thick. Well, it was too full of brushes that I couldn't find anything. So let's see, what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing what I see here, and it's coming down here, and shoot. Let's see if I can see. Oh, wait, not enough water. Brushes. Touching up a little bit. Whoops, I just dunked it in the blue. Oh, hey, watch what you're doing. Now that I see that, I kind of want to take it off because that's going to be so hard to do the background. I didn't see that. Come on. Oops. I'm not used to having it on the table. All right. The background is red. And I can use whatever I want really to make a strand of hair later. So, getting as much off as I can without overworking the paper, because then it tears up. All right. I want to try. There we go. And this is how you correct boo-boos, which I always make. Because I don't normally think everything through. Okay, so we're gonna let that side dry. What else can we do? We can work with some pinks. Now that just, I don't know if they make like a pink. Pink. They just make a pink. Looks like I took all of it off, don't it? We'll get a little pink over here too. Let's see. How about a little pink here? And a little pink on the lip. How about that? And some pink here. And she had some pink on her eyelid. What other colors can we play with? Is this too much watered down? Let's see. No, we don't want to do that yet. It's still too wet. So let's go over here and play with some blue. So apparently I can't think and talk, or paint and talk, because I'm thinking, where do I want to go next with some things? Let's see, what color were you again? Yeah, you were that beigey color. You can get another layer on. I kind of just zigzagged it, trying to get rid of that watermark there. There we go. So we've got some aqua things going on. What color are you? Can we make aqua with you? There's some green. Get a little water down. And there's some green here. Trying to get that nose line defined. Don't disappear on me. Let's just connect all that. That looks scary right now, doesn't it? Because I know I'm scared. What am I doing? I'm just not used to this kind of painting. Let's get you some down here. Oh, here's the chin. Got where the chin line was. Whoops, we need some more purple. So we had you and aquamarine. So we're going to cover you more. I'm trying to see behind. She's got marks on top of marks on top of marks. So I'm trying to see what might be underneath some of these things. And not sure what colors they are. There's some darker blue over here. Oh, that's too much water. Come on. There we go. Now I can see ya. Oops, get off the black. And at some point I'm just going to have to stop and let it all dry. Gather my bearings. That's why this style always scared me. I mean, watercolor in general was scary. Because, like, oh my goodness, it looks so weird. Oh. Well, that wasn't a whole lot, was it? Get over here. Okay, I am gonna stop for now because it just needs to rest and dry up. And I don't know what I did there. So that I can get a better idea of what colors it need to go on next. So this is, I think, what they call the scary part, or the ugly stage, I think. Yeah, ugly stage. But don't be afraid of it. This is just, like I said, the first layer. So I'm going to close that up and take a break.